if you don't get right the difference between true goodness and true evil, and you end up calling what is not oppression, oppression, you are going to lose your soul and the souls of all those that you are ministering to or attempting to minister to. You're going to make a shipwreck of your faith and the faith of everybody else. So the most important thing is to focus on getting the truth right in your own mind.
I want to wrap up by inviting Jacob. Could you summarize your answer to the question, Christians, what do we need to know in order to persuade people that the SJWs are mistaken? What is it that we're missing?
Number one, you've got to focus on your own relationship to God above all. It doesn't matter how many poor people you help or how many supposedly oppressed people you help, or you think you're helping. If you don't get the difference between true oppression and true justice, etc., versus false oppression and false justice, if you don't get that right, if you don't get right the difference between true goodness and true evil, and you end up calling what is not oppression, oppression, and calling what is not evil good, or sorry, calling what is not evil, evil, and calling what is not good, good, if you get those things wrong, you are going to lose your soul and the souls of all those that you are ministering to or attempting to minister to. You're going to make a shipwreck of your faith and the faith of everybody else. So the most important thing is to focus on getting the truth right in your own mind, to make judgments accurately. And you got to figure out how to do that. You've got to find objective criteria to do that. That's what epistemology helps you with. So that's number one, is focus on what is true. And then from there, judge rightly, ask questions, take the responsibility to make your own independent judgment of those things. Don't kowtow to emotional manipulation, which is sort of the modus operandi of a lot of these social justice warriors. Don't give in to accepting a false guilt that you don't deserve. Just because you know that you're guilty before God doesn't mean that you're guilty of every sin that every person wants to convict you of. And if you accept a false guilt for whatever reason, whether it's a sense of false humility or whatever the case is, you are distorting God's truth. And so you need to learn to think of it not as standing up for yourself, but more importantly, as standing up for the truth, for standing up for God's truth, which means standing up for his glory. And if someone wants to call you selfish or bigoted or participating in white privilege or whatever the case may be, you need to have an attitude of, I don't care. I care more about God's glory than I care about any other opinion of man. So that's sort of the second is get rid of your fear of man, whether it's one person or the entire church or the entire world making false accusations against you. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't shake your faith at all, so long as you know that you've got the truth right. You've got to learn to stand on your own before God and know that you are standing on the truth no matter what anybody else wants to say. And then ask questions and be open to being corrected. If you're wrong, you want to be proven that you're wrong. But then you've got to be proven. You got to make sure that it's actually right. You've got to be discerning. And then go from there. And there's lots of application questions from there. But I think that's the center. That's where you've got to start from. Any other starting point, you're going to go off track really quick. You're going to fall victim to their false accusations and their manipulations, and you're ultimately going to be inconsistent and give them a foothold.